I don't know what just happened there, but Facebook on my phone just shut down. I think it's been doing this ever since the iOS update. So I'm going to give it a second for you guys to find me and get back on here, because I had several people on and I lost all of you. So I'm going to give you a second, but in case you're just now seeing this, like if this is tomorrow when you're watching this, I'm working on a fall truck, and I painted all of this ahead of time, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the details and everything on it. And I tried to start this video a moment ago, and it kicked me out. It just like completely shut down the app, and I don't know what happened. So I'm going to try again, and I hope and pray it doesn't do it again. But my phone just went black, and it went back to the main screen of my phone. So I'm really hoping this doesn't happen again, but we shall see. So I'm going to give it a second for everybody to get back on here, because I know a lot of people got kicked out and lost the feed. So say hi to me as you come back on. Hey, Linda. We tried to do this a second ago, but Facebook shut down on me. I think it's this crazy iOS update on the iPhones. Like, my phone has been acting crazy ever since I did it. And Facebook's been acting crazy today. Has anybody else had problems with Facebook today? Like, sometimes it won't let me comment on somebody's stuff, and sometimes it'll say, like, it can't find the page when I know it should be able to find the page. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Liz. All right, so for those of you who are just now getting on, this is what I'm working on, and I'm going to show you the detail part of it. You can kind of catch my description in the previous video that, I don't even know if it posted to my page. It's probably lost. And this may have to be a quick video because Charlie is still awake. And normally we would be at church right now, but I'm home. Yeah, hey Rhonda, you're catching me live. Normally I'm at church right now, but she has tummy trouble, and so we couldn't go to church tonight. Okay, I'm going to angle my camera down so you can see while I'm working. So, is that an okay angle? I can kind of see your comments, so if I can, I'll try to see them as I go. All right, I've already painted all of this. The red on the truck is flamenco red. The polka dots are Tuscan red. It's just a shade darker. The bumper is granite gray. The sunflowers, I actually painted them white first, and then I painted them with King's Gold. And then the insides, all these brown parts are the nutmeg brown. The pumpkin color is called Spiced Carrot. For those of you taking notes, you might want to write all this down. And of course, black and white. All right, in the window, I'm using this color called Cloudless. I don't think I've ever used it on a Facebook Live video before, but it's kind of just like a sky blue color. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit of it out. And then I'm going to show you a technique for adding just a little bit of a streaked look to it. So let's get this kind of laid on here. And this color covers pretty good, kind of like white. So I had like a dot that was right there, but it totally covered that up. So we're just going to fill the window in. And I'm working kind of quickly because I want the color to stay wet for the technique that I'm going to show you. Hello, Susan from Georgia. You follow me on YouTube. Awesome. Well, I actually have more videos on Facebook than I do on YouTube. Some of them, when I get the time, I send over to YouTube and upload them there. I need to get all of them uploaded over there, but I don't have that done yet. It's time consuming. So you'll find more videos in my video section on my Facebook page than you will on my YouTube page. Let me just get this filled in with this cloudless color. This blue looks really pretty with the red too. What's everybody up to tonight? It's turned off really cool here. Like, I'm anxious to get my boots and my skinny jeans out and dress for fall. It's hoodie weather. I actually haven't been out of the house all day. I've been babysitting and working on stuff inside today. Alright, while this is still wet, I'm going to try to get a good coverage on here because I want to do that technique I'm telling you about. So, let me get this all smoothed out nice and smooth. Oops, I missed a part down here. Okay. You're tracing your door hangers for your party this weekend. Yay, Caitlin, that's exciting. I've got a party Saturday and Sunday. I'll probably work on those on Friday. I kind of try to wait till like the last minute to cut them out. All right, okay, so I've got that covered in the cloudless. And then this Laguna color, I'm going to squirt just a little bit of it out in my little egg carton. not a bunch because it doesn't take much. And then I just barely dipped the corner of my brush in a little bit of that color. And then I'm just going to kind of streak it through like this. And okay, so like say you accidentally got a little bit on there and you didn't mean to. If you do little short strokes like this, it kind of erases it. But if you got a little bit on there and you meant to and you just want to blend it, do longer strokes. And it will kind of just blend it in nicely without erasing it. Does that make sense? Short strokes erase, long strokes blend. I hope this is a helpful tip for you guys. It's one of them things that kind of took me a while to figure out. And I think actually somebody on YouTube taught me that. Like I didn't realize that the little short quick strokes erase it, but the long strokes kind of blend it in. And so I'm just adding streaks of this Laguna color on top of the cloudless to kind of create sort of a wind in the air. Okay, hang on. I got to give the 2-year-old some crackers. You gonna go watch Elmo? There you go. Okay, so that's what we got. A nice little blended cloudy sky. Thank you, Shanna. I appreciate it. If I missed anybody's questions, I apologize. I'll go back and answer them in the comments later because the phone's kind of angled down so I can only see so many of the comments. That is cool, isn't it, Rhonda? I actually use this very same technique down here on the bumper. See, I kind of added a little bit of a black streak to the bumper. So that's a good technique if you want to make something look kind of rustic or dirty. Yeah, yes, blending colors is very scary. To be honest with you, no, you're not polka dotting anything. Charlie came over here with a polka dot sponge. Say hi. Say hi. You don't need to do that. Go put it up. Go watch Elmo, okay? Go watch Elmo. Mama's painting. All right, we got to do this quickly because the husband and my boys will be home from church in a few minutes. And, of course, they'll want to join in on the video. All right, so let's see. What next? Stop. She's making me nervous. I'm afraid she's going to dab that little dauber right in the wet paint. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of this nutmeg color, and I've got a really skinny brush. It's like, on the thing, it says 1, like 101 or something. So it's a really, really thin, skinny brush. And I'm going to use it to kind of just create details in these sunflowers. I'm going to go back and add more too, but this kind of like hides your pencil lines a little bit. And if you'll notice, I'm not being super careful. I'm not making sure to like get a complete coverage on it on every petal, and I'm not really trying to hit right on the pencil lines. I'm just trying to quickly do it so that it looks natural and flowy. If you stop and try to trace the outside of the petal just perfectly, it's going to be obvious to the eye that you tried that hard and that you know, it's not going to look so effortless and artistic. It's going to look more perfectionist. And I know that's a struggle for some of us, being a perfectionist. I'm also may do a couple of little strokes kind of like this. Like little, just like 2 on each petal. Some of them are darker than others. Yes, go watch Elmo. Yeah, it's on. It is on. I turned that on hoping she'd go watch it, but instead she wants to be right here with us painting. All right. In case you missed it in the other video, I was telling people that if you send a message to my Facebook messenger thing, it will give you the option to subscribe or opt in or whatever for messages, and it will like notify you. Well, I can go on there and notify you guys when I'm going to go live. So for those of you who like don't want to miss my live videos and stuff, I'm going to try to remember. I forgot the last time to do it, but I'm going to try to remember to like send out a broadcast message to everybody, and it'll just say like, hey there, Tamara's going live in a few minutes. Just a heads up. So that's just something you guys can opt into if you want to. Now I'm just taking this same little brush and just doing a few little white dots inside each of the sunflowers. I already did like the little lines inside the sunflowers, if you can see those. Just kind of gives them some depth and hides all of those pencil lines and stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this brown, but I'm going to do it like out here and just adding a few random dots on the petals. It just busies it up a little bit. And I think I was telling this in the last video when we got cut off. If you're drawing this all out on a door hanger, you may want to do the pumpkins first and then add the sunflowers. And if you do that, paint your sunflowers white, completely white first. Just draw them all out in white, and then paint the petals with your yellow and then the centers with the brown, and it will go over better. Yes, you can, Liz. You can use the opposite end of your paintbrush to do little polka dots if you want. This one just has a pretty decent tip on it, so I just used it. But you can also do like this with the opposite end of your paintbrush to do tiny little dots. Thank you for sharing tips. I appreciate that. Okay, I've already got this pumpkin, so I'm just going to use this nutmeg brown. And I'm also going to kind of go around the edge of my pumpkins, and then I'm also going to kind of create like the, what do you call those? The little humps of the pumpkins that kind of gives them the rounded shape. And I'm mainly doing this just to hide the pencil lines and to give it some depth and whatnot. I'm also going to do it kind of in a yellowy, white color too. I like to do it in more than one color. Okay, so that gave the pumpkins their shape. Thank you, Liz. All right, and then I'm gonna take, and sometimes I mix this color together, but I think I'm just gonna cheat today, and I'm gonna dip my brush in the King's Gold, and then dip it again in the white. So I've got a little bit of both on my brush. And I'm just gonna do quick little strokes like this to kind of make it look like the light is bouncing off of these pumpkins. Kind of like they're shiny. I'm just dipping my brush in both of those colors. And then I'm going to dip just in the white and do some little accents on these stems of the pumpkins. Okay. I think now I'm ready for some black accents. So let me get a thicker brush. This one is a number 2. It's a rounded brush, but it's like just a little thicker. Yes, it's a little bit 3D looking, Lisa. Okay, and I'm just getting some black, and I'm going to go around like the edge. This will just kind of, I explained it to somebody at a paint party the other day. It's kind of like, you know how when you're painting on, I can't seem to talk tonight. When you're coloring in a coloring book, you want to stay inside the lines. Well, adding these black lines afterwards is like you stayed in the lines, but it's afterwards. So it adds the lines in there to make it look like you stayed in the lines. If that makes sense. Sometimes I don't make quite sense when I'm talking because, I don't know, I'm not that great at talking or writing. I'm better at painting. I try my best to explain things in a way that makes sense, but sometimes when I hear myself explaining it, it doesn't make nearly as much sense. Yeah, keep your cracker back. I don't want it on my door hanger. And I'm just going around and adding lines around all of the details. I'm not going to outline all these pumpkins and sunflowers, but I am going to outline like the windows on the truck and the bumper, things like that. Hello, Angie. Angie says hi to you, Charlie. Can you say hi, Angie?
Hi, Angie. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie. Don't bump the thing. You're gonna make Mama mess up. All right, let's add some down here. I've got a license plate in white, so I'm just gonna outline it in black. And then I'm going to outline the bumper. Thank you, Lisa. She's a handful. She's definitely my mini-me. I've got 2 boys. One of them's kind of like me, but the other one is exactly like his dad. And then Charlie is my little mini-me. My mom always says she's exactly like I was when I was little. She said it's like going back in time for her. All right, so we've got our bumper kind of outlined and all of that. And I think I'm also going to outline like the truck. It just kind of gives the outer shape of the truck more definition. I don't know if you guys can see this very well in the video, but the reason I'm using this number 2 brush, like I said, it's just a little thicker. It holds more paint, and I'm not having to re-dip my brush quite as often. Because it's thicker, it holds more. The only challenge I'm having is I can't put my hand down on the door hanger to like steady my hand because it's wet. So I'm having to kind of hover over the door hanger, which makes my lines a little shaky. I may just turn this whole thing around so I can do this top part without shaking.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, don't touch it, okay? Hang on, I'll get you some more.
Oh, come on.
I know, you gotta be patient. We need more crackers, y'all. Sherry says it stopped playing. That may be Facebook acting crazy. Facebook's been acting kind of crazy today. Hopefully it's just something on your end and not like everybody having problems. All right, I'm also gonna kind of do some lines like right here to kind of accent the shape of the back of the truck. Be quiet. See, like that. Hi, Debbie. I tried starting this a few minutes ago and it was having problems. Facebook was not cooperating. All right, I'm going to wait a second for this to dry because it's still pretty wet, and I'm just going to paint these tail lights. Thank you, Amanda. You just got home from church. Well, I was telling everybody we didn't... Yes, hello, Amanda. Charlie's here with me. We didn't get to go to church tonight. Michael and the kids went to church, but Charlie had to stay home with me because she is having tummy problems. And I didn't want to send her to Bible class and then her teacher have to run to the bathroom with her. So we stayed home tonight. All right, I've got the lower part of, or the top part of those lights painted white, and then I'm going to paint the lower part this flamenco red, just like the truck. Just kind of like a divided headlight or tail light. Okay, and then I may add some white. I'm using my skinny brush again, the littlest one. And I'm just going to dip in the white and add a little bit of a line. Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm sorry. Hi, Deanna. Yes, you're watching me live. And I'm just adding some little accents like to these little side mirrors, kind of like that. Wow, are we up to how many viewers? Does that say 62? It was hard to tell. Oh, I forgot. We got to add the little details to the truck tires. Are you mimicking me? I'm just going to do these little bitty V's. Kind of like that's the tread on the tires. I guess we'll do 4 rows of them because it looks like I'll be able to fit that many. I guess you guys can hear Elmo in the background. You love the sunflowers and pumpkins. Thank you. I'm going to write Happy Fall, y'all, up in the window in a moment. I'm waiting on that paint to dry, so I'm doing all of this in the meantime. Okay. Okay. I don't remember what maybe I should put welcome on the license plate. I don't remember if I'm supposed to put somebody's name, but we'll just put welcome. If I find out I was supposed to put her name, I can always go back and shh. I can always go back and paint white over it and write her name or something in it. This is for a customer here in town. What brushes am I using? These are just some I got online. This one says it's A101, whatever that means. It's just a really skinny round brush. It's probably the skinniest one. You chew very loudly and they're going to be able to hear you. Charlie chomping on her Ritz Bits crackers. Hey, don't touch the phone. They need to be able to see what I'm doing. All right. What brush to use on these letters? Let me see. I may use this one. It's a number 2. It's a flat. Let me see if I can get that close to the camera. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's got a flat tip edge and it's really skinny, so it's a number 2. I'm just going to get some black and let's see. I think I want to do Happy Fall and then y'all underneath. So I'm going to start pretty far over. And I may make the happy part kind of skinny. That way I can do fall up here beside it. And then I may do y'all in cursive underneath. missed it. What's wrong with Lisa? I saw you said you're praying for Lisa. I'll go back and read the comments later. Sorry if I miss anybody's questions. It's hard to read and paint at the same time. So I'll go back and answer questions at the end. Okay, we got happy fall, and I know it's backwards for you guys. I apologize, but I'm in selfie mode here. And I'm going to do y'all in cursive. Cursive. Are you mimicking me? She's now sitting on the table right behind the tripod, so I really hope she doesn't knock you guys over. The tripod. I think I'm going to do like this. There we go. Do a little curly in there. It makes them fancy. And I usually like to go ahead and draw my letters out like that, even though I'm going to have to go back over them again. It kind of just makes it look more like a natural flow of the brush. Happy fall, y'all. I love fall, and it finally feels like fall outside today. It's so cool out. Perfect chilly weather, or vegetable soup. My mother-in-law makes really good vegetable soup. Okay, I'm just thickening up some of these downstrokes to make it look a little bit more like brushed lettering. All right, and I think that maybe, oh wait, I was gonna add, I keep remembering little things. I was gonna add some little white, oh, my battery on my phone's trying to die. All right, I'm just gonna add some little white accents to these little lights. They're tiny little things that you probably wouldn't notice, but it's just the little details that kind of make it, see right there? All right, so let's back up so you guys can see the whole thing. Let me straighten it out so you're not crooked. And there we go. Happy fall, y'all. I'll post a picture of on my door tomorrow with a bow on it. Yes, thank you, Lisa. I use apple barrel paints from Walmart, and I always buy the matte ones. This is what they look like. But at the beginning of the video, I think I told you all the colors, so in case you need to take notes. But I see the car coming up the driveway, so my husband and kids are, get that out of the camera. My husband and kids are getting home, so I better get off of here. Say bye, Charlie.
Bye!
Y'all have a good night, and thank you for joining me. And don't forget, if you subscribe to my messenger thing, I should be able to send out notifications next time I'm going live so that you'll know. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.